Yeah?
Babylon 5.
Yeah.
È una parola, diciamo, è stato un problema il confronto con Babylon 5.
Was there a problem with Babylon 5? Well, the problem was that our creators each said that they had the idea first. And it was like, what? And of course, it was like two gangs. It was like West Side Story, you know? We were one gang and they were the other. We kind of eye each other at the conventions, like, my character came first, you know? But of course, I mean, that's what I think. I think Deep Space Nine came first, Babylon 5 second. That's my personal opinion.
Can you tell us something about Working Girl with Sandra Bullock?
Oh my God. I did a series with Sandra Bullock when it was one of her first jobs on TV. And she was, at the time, sitcoms had a very specific style. You know, you had to hit the lines, hit the funny jokes, you know, make it obvious. And she had such, as she still does, a naturalistic, wonderful style that the producers were alarmed. And they were like, this doesn't work. She's not funny. And, you know, I think we did a season, something like that, half a season. If they had given her a chance, probably she was at the beginning of this new style of acting. It probably would have taken over if they'd gone with what she did, but they didn't. They wanted the ba-dum-bum kind of comedy, and it just didn't work. You know what? It didn't gel. She was a replacement for the person that was originally supposed to do the role, and they just didn't like her. Isn't that amazing? So she went on to, you know, really struggle for work after that.
Un'altra domanda la faccio io. Tu hai avuto anche una piccola parte in Scarecrow Mrs. King. L'anno scorso abbiamo avuto come Bruce Boxleitner. Volevo sapere se ti ricordi qualcosa di quell'esperienza. You did a small part in Scarecrow Mrs. King. Remember that? We had Bruce Boxleitner as guest last year, so just wanted to know if you remember something about that.
I remember Bruce very well because we went on to work on, I think, 2 small movies after that.
Yes.
And we just kept getting paired up together. And he's delightful. He's a cowboy, you know, as I'm sure you know. He's a real cowboy there. It was a real breed of actor in that time that was rough-hewn and the cowboys, and that's what people wanted to see. And he's really sweet. He's a sweet, sweet guy. And the last thing I played with him, I think I turned into a giant insect of some kind. Yeah, it was not good. Which I did on another show just recently. I turned into a giant insect. Seems to be a thing for me. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Disasters and giant insects. It's not a good combination. You never know when it's going to happen. So, yeah. No more questions?
Quanto manca?
Sono le 10 minuti.
10 minuti. Se ci sono altre domande, nessuna? No?
Beh, io ho una curiosità, quindi qualcosa a proposito di quegli strani episodi e quelle cose che fa con sua sorella, in cui presenta dei piatti in un'atmosfera quantomeno decisamente molto poco ortodossa.
Okay, Stefano discovered on YouTube some videos in which you are with your sister and you know, present some dishes, some plates, some recipes.
And I'm very silly.
Yeah,
we had very silly.
Thank
Thank you. Yes, my sister and I, you know, when I got to New York, we were going to start making them again. And another thing happened, we haven't made any more yet. but we call ourselves the Kitchen Witches, and it was first when she came to our home, Matthew's and my home in New Mexico, we started filming. It all happened because someone in Australia, I had a cooking blog, and someone in Australia said, give me a recipe for guacamole. And it's so easy. I thought, I can't give a recipe. I'll just film it, and you'll see what it is. It's so fast with avocados. It's really fast. And I put that up, and my sister called me and said, hey, I want to do that with you. So she came, and we became 12 years old again. And, you know, putting on costumes and being silly and dancing around, which is how we cooked and lived in my house. You cooked, you ate. My mother was an incredible cook, and we ate 3 meals. And that's probably where my training kicks in for these meals here. I'm ready. I had it in my life. She would make, you know, 3-course meals, and she was in the kitchen forever. My sister and I would be helping her, and she would be giving us, you know, proper placement. It's like, no, when you do a passe, you start from here, and oh, no, mix the sauce. Okay, so it was like that. So it's a little dancing, a little sauce, and that's what life was like. So that's what my sister and I do when we go into the kitchen, and laugh. You know, something's always catching on fire, some disaster. And it's, you know, we're cooking and the food is delicious, and that's what we care about. Not so much that, you know, we're perfect about it. So we will probably, hopefully, be able to do more. Yeah, we love doing it. And
Field one here.
what's that?
Field one here.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be amazing? That would be amazing. I would love to do that. I would love to do that.
And I'm also curious about if you know anything about Italian, well, you don't know Mina, which is really a tragedy.
I don't know Mina. I'm going to know Mina.
I know. Do you know, apart from Sofia Loren or Pilates Benigni, do you know any Italian actors? Have you been into Italian movies?
You know, and when you say that, I can't remember her name, the Italian film director with the big glasses. No, female. Yeah, love her films. Yes, love her films. So yeah, but do we see a lot? No, unfortunately, we don't. In New York now, we have art houses where we can see foreign films without dubbing. But in the rest of America, really, we don't get them. We don't get the films. We only get American.
Have you seen Postman?
No. Yes.
The one with Massimo Troisi, yeah.
Yes.
He was, you know, had the nomination at the Oscars.
Yes. Yeah. Amazing. I would actually love to work here with the actors here. That would be incredible. I have a feeling it would be incredibly stimulating creatively.
Ok. Se non ci sono altre domande, chiudiamo qui e cominciamo la sessione.
Volevo chiedere solo una curiosità. Rispetto a Space Nine, trovarsi sul set di Torchwood, che comunque insomma, è un pochettino più circoscritto, diciamo. Come si è provata e quale differenza ha trovato anche proprio come modi di lavorare? Sto lavorando in modo molto diverso.
And Torchwood? Oh, it's totally different. Totally different. Being on Star Trek, it was like working for, what's an incredible car company? You know, one of the fanciest cars. It's like, yeah. Working for them, and you know what your job is, you know what your product has to be, and you know, most importantly, what the people who buy the product are expecting. And you are going to be careful. You are going to be very careful that it's right. Torchwood was more like a regular TV show that I've done before, watching, but it didn't have the strictness at all that Star Trek had. Star Trek was tough. Guest stars who came on Star Trek had a tough time. They would be so jarred, so upset that they had to remember even little words like if, and, the. It's like, oh no, you didn't say and. It's like, what? I got the meaning. No, we have to do it all again, everybody. And it's like, oh my God. And every time they got it wrong, there would be one less word that they would get out until they were like, very, very hard show to guest star on. Very hard. So, yeah, and being on Torchwood, yeah, the language was sometimes a little difficult, but not the same pressure.
Va bene, allora a questo punto direi che possiamo chiudere qui, quindi thank you very much.
C'è anche, no?